Thank you to EA for sponsoring this video. It's Eva here, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new piping hot speed build using the new expansion pack, The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits. And today we are actually building a kids camp because that's one of the big features that comes with this pack, is that you can send your kids to summer camp. So I've decided to build a summer camp in the new world of Gibbi Point. I'm actually building this on the lot that the fitness retreat was on that came with the pack, but I've already done a fitness retreat and I built it where the kids camp was, so we're swapping it around. I'm really liking the kids camp in this kind of cozy corner of the world or the neighborhood, because it's kind of framed by mountains and trees and it feels really camp-esque. It's giving slight Friday the 13th, not gonna lie, especially at night, but I mean, you could do that kind of camp, go for it if you want, but my intention was for it to be a wholesome little kids camp. The layout of it I really quite like. It's very camp-y in the sense that it's got one main cabin in the middle, and then we've got a few little kind of cabin huts around the main cabin, and that's where all the kids will sleep. That's where their kind of sleeping quarters are, and the main cabin is kind of the main hangout space for the kids. There's a kind of lounge and kitchen and bathrooms are in there, and also the camp counselor's bedroom is in that main kind of lodge. But yeah, we're using a lot of the new build and buy, which, you know, I have given my opinion on quite honestly in my last video where I built the fitness retreat, because I feel like that the pack is not quite targeted at all three of the kind of features that it kind of brings, like the camp, the fitness retreat, and then the Love Highland thing. And I can say safely now, after building a kids camp, the build and buy is very much targeted towards building cabins and building kind of camps, and the build and buy for that is cool. I still don't think we needed this build and buy, but if you want to build a summer camp, then this is the pack for you. I'll probably do that once and never again, but sure. If you are thinking of purchasing this pack, then please do consider using my creator code evarotky at checkout. That directly supports my channel and it makes it possible for me to create videos like this. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's been using it already. Just wanted to throw that in. So for the exterior of the cabin and kind of the whole camp, I went for timber, because everything is timber in this pack, but I combined it with some color because I really wanted some color, and I thought some of the timber kind of wallpapers would have been fun in color, like a kind of painted timber, but they're all just like natural timbers, which is nice to have, but yeah, sometimes a bit of color would be fun. So I injected that color using the windows and doors that are like really bright blue, and so the whole theme of this camp is kind of blue, and I really like it. Yeah, I like how it turned out. There's so many cute debug plants and like planters that are really quite like camp-esque, and they're really, really cute. I wish they had included them in the actual build and buy. That would have been great, because I think that one little table plant is quite sad. But yeah, those plants are really, really lovely and kind of frame the exterior really nicely. I really like those. But yeah, so we've got kind of a big porch on the main lodge, and it has all sorts of like, it has a butterfly home, it has some of the new picnic benches because we don't have enough picnic benches yet, and also kind of the new activities like that paper craft thing, which is quite cool because it's not bound to a table. You can place it onto a table and then that's the activity, which is really cool. And I like that direction from the Sims team. And then, like I said, I created smaller little cabins for all the kids' kind of sleeping quarters, and we've got shared rooms like in true kids camp fashion, with the new bunk beds and the new what are they called, wallpapers. They're really, really sweet kind of forest-y themed wallpapers, which I find really cute. And I included like basically all of the new build and buy in these cabins. Like we've got the new beds, like I said, the new side tables, new lights, the new table with the paper craft thing, the new desk, new chest of drawers, new everything really. And I included a lot of activities in here as well for your kids to play with, and each cabin even has its own little porch, which is quite cute as well, so they can chill out there. What I did with each cabin is I kind of copy and pasted them along and then changed the colors of each cabin. So they are identical in terms of how I furnished them, but I changed the swatches on everything, So we've got like a teal, a blue, a red and a green cabin. I think it's quite nice to also show off the swatches that way. I personally have a favorite. I think it's the green and the teal, but that might just be me. No, it's quite fun to kind of see the different swatches, and the swatches for the interior items are very, very colourful. So as much as the exterior items are quite plain and like quite timbery, the interior items are all really, really lovely and colourful, which is not normally what I say, but I think for a kids camp, I love a bit of colour, and I think if it's just wood on wood on wood, you'd go crazy watching me furnish that, honestly. But yeah, I definitely love that new wallpaper for the kids. I think that's going to be really reusable as well for future kind of kids rooms, because I always do like a forest theme for a kids room or nursery. Let me know your thoughts as well on the pack down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts, and I hope it's not just me who's like a bit of a negative Nancy about this pack. There are definitely great things about this pack, and the gameplay features for me are the main selling point, so I am very excited to try out the gameplay. But yeah, do let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also to note is that this is an early access version, so I only have the base game and the new pack. So yeah, when I upload this build, it will go up on my gallery on evarotky, not on the username that's floating around the screen. I did mention this before in my previous video that I had some issues with the early access build, so I had to create a new account, and that's that. But yeah, the actual build will be on my normal evarotky gallery profile. So if you want to download it when the new pack comes, which should be very, very soon, then you can go and download it. I will make sure to have it uploaded for you guys. And then moving on to something very, very exciting is a brand new feature which comes with this pack. And there was also a kind of base game update, but the kind of main showstopper is this pack feature, which is the playground items, which is a modular system, so you can create your own playgrounds. They're really, really, really cool. Like, I'm gonna say it, I think it's really cool. There is a new base game update, like I said, where you can create a playground lot type, but for the base game there isn't really that much to do on a playground. So these new playground items are definitely kind of the winner for this pack. And I did say this in my previous video as well. For me personally, the selling point of this pack is the kind of kid gameplay that comes with this pack, and the amount of stuff that is new for kids, because I love family gameplay in my private gameplay when I do play, and I really quite like that there's more stuff for kids to do. I really like the idea of the formative moments for the kids as well, so they're not just like all the same and they kind of grow into their own person, which I think is really, really fun, and I can't wait to try that out. I'm very much looking forward to that. But back to the playground, I did build my own modular custom playground. There are pieces that are already somewhat assembled if you don't want to create your own one from scratch, and it's fairly easy to kind of put together. They slot onto each other like any modular stuff does in The Sims, and I do really like the swatches. I obviously went for the neutral swatch here. I love that swatch. I think I'm obsessed with that combination of timber. It's really, really pretty, and I love all the little features, and they're all kind of gameplay related. It's not like there's nothing to do for your kids. There's various different interactions, and like there's slides and all sorts, so that's really, really fun, and I'm really excited by how cool this looks. And then another new feature is the archery skill, which is for kids and adults, so it's perfect to have this at your kids camp because your kids can learn archery. So I've included these new archery, what do you call them, boards? I don't know what it's called, but I've included those so you kids can try and shoot an apple off of someone's head. That definitely sounds like kids camp behavior. Soon they're going to start piercing each other's ears. But yeah, so there's this archery bit, which I think is really cute, and again is new kind of stuff to do for your kids. The original kid camp that was built by Miss Griffey that ships with the pack is on a waterfront lot, so there's kind of water activities that your Sims will do during the day, and there's like an itinerary and all that stuff. But because this lot is not by the water, I think we've got plenty other exercises and activities that the kids can do during their time there. We've got the playground, for example, we've got a little campfire, we've got a pond so they can swim in the pond if they want to. Talking of the pond, I did include a diving board with the pond, and I also included the new water slides, which, yeah, slides are kind of a new thing for this pack. And yeah, there's a water slide and there's a normal slide, so there's actually various different slides. But yeah, It is really cute, and I just did want to include a bit of water for your kids to do something, so to do some water sports and water activities if they want to. And I mentioned this earlier, there is a little campfire area as well for your Sims to roast some marshmallows, which would be really cute. So yeah, there's plenty of activities to do, but then hopping on into the interior of the cabin and the main kind of lodge, there is more stuff to do for your kids. So we've got a lounge in there which will entertain your kids for hours on end. If there's bad weather outside, thunderstorm and everything, they can play on the new retro console. I included that new retro console. I think it's really cute and I love that detail. And I do have to say, this entire pack feels a little bit like 80s vibes. I don't know why, but summer camp kind of gives me 80s vibes, so I think this pack kind of picks up quite nicely on that as well. And there's also lots of kind of creative areas in the main lodge, and there's a kitchen and bathrooms. So the bathrooms are shared bathrooms. We've got the new showers and the new sinks. I hate the showers, I'm gonna say it. I think they're awful. I think that they look more like they're intended to be outdoor showers. So for me, indoors they just don't work, but you know, there's no other shower that kind of works with this theme, so I've included it here. And the new sinks are quite cute, lovely timber and not too old-fashioned, so those are actually quite versatile, I think. And then also, like I said, there's a kitchen. There are no new kitchen items in this pack, but I do have to say the kind of new or latest base game kitchen really does work well with this pack. So yeah, that's what we're using, and it looks really nice. And there's some new things for the kitchen as well. There's a blender, which I already swooned about in my fitness retreat video. Definitely loving the blender edition. I can't wait to have protein shakes in The Sims and in real life. Like, that just sounds bloody exciting to me. And there's a new little mini fridge. So yeah, we've included as many of the new items in this kitchen as well, and it's looking really cute, I think. And then upstairs I just have a room for the camp counselor to sleep in and live in, because the camp counselor is a new career, and it was kind of a big part of the trailer of this pack, and that there is a camp counselor. And yeah, so we've made some space for them to sleep, and that is everything that I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed watching me build this kids camp, and I do have to say I did enjoy the build and buy a little bit more this time round. I'm still not sold. I don't think we needed that kind of cabin vibe again. As much as the quality of the items is gorgeous and like everything is rendered beautifully, I just didn't think we needed it. I would have rather had something else, but that's just my opinion. And it was quite fun to create this kids camp for you guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you very, very soon with another video. Bye.